Well, we're here in Ayr today, and it's a real pleasure to meet up with David Castilla, the well-known Ayr United star of the past, goalkeeper, and it's so lovely to see you back in Ayr. And I believe you've been over experiencing the hospitality of one of our local hostelries.
Yeah, it's a very famous hospitality. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good time last night then?
I did. I went to the Bear Road Bar and I had a very good time. Everything has been great so far.
That's good. Right, now, we've been having a talk before this, just having a quick chat about things that we're remembering, and I was quite amazed at how much I remembered from those 2 seasons, was it? It was two and a half seasons back then. It's strange to remember back to these. But I was saying to you at the beginning, I couldn't remember why you signed for Ayr or how you signed for Ayr, what happened. So from your point of view, how did you first know that you were coming to Ayr?
Oh, well, I was back home in Nice, and I just received a call from my agents, and my agent, I never met him before, and but he called me and he said, "Are you interested in playing in Scotland?" And I said, "Well, yeah, why not? I mean, of course I want to." So I booked a plane ticket, and the next day I was at Ayr, and I arrived at around, if I remember well, 3 p.m. something like that, and I played the first game with the reserve the same day at 7.
The same day?
Yes, it was freezing and everything. It was so cold. I mean, I said to myself, "What am I doing here?" But I mean, everything went well. I spent 2 weeks here as a trialist, and then I signed 2 years and a half.
Right. Okay. So you've come from France. How good were your language skills at that point, or should I say, how good were the language skills of us Scots?
You mean how bad it was? No, I mean, I learned English at school, like everybody, but when I first came here, I mean, it's like I didn't know anything. But I mean, one thing went to another. I mean, after a couple of months, I improved a lot. But there's one thing is still hard to understand. Not now, but at the beginning, that's the accent. Your accent is, as I said, is a little bit special. But please keep it. Don't change anything.
How did that affect you on the training field and also on the park during your early time with Ayr, when you're having quite a bit of difficulty understanding the other players?
Yes, well, I mean, there's, it was hard because I love talking. I mean, I have to talk as a goalie. I have to talk. So it was very hard to communicate with the players, and because I was afraid to say the wrong words. So it was, but when I learned all the words after, everything went well. But it just took 2 or 3 months.
So you come to Ayr. You have this long career, so you must have had favourite games. Which ones?
I do. The first one, my memory, was the Kilmarnock game of the Scottish Cup. We won 3-0, and this was very special for me. It's still special for me because that's probably one of the best games of my career, and the atmosphere was awesome. It was between 9,000 people on the stadium, and the crowd was outstanding. And it's like nothing could happen to us, and where all the supporters screaming in one voice. It was really
electric atmosphere. It was that day. That was 98-99 season. That was the Scottish Cup 3-0 against Kilmarnock. And I mentioned to you before that that was some Ayr team that day. If you look at the lineup, that team should have been in the Premier at that point.
Yes.
We've got you obviously in nets. John Robertson, David Winnie, Andy Millen, John Traynor, David Craig, Glenn Hurst, John Davis, Andy Walker, Gary Teal, Andy Lyons, and your substitutes, Mickey Reynolds, who was one of my favourites, to be honest, Stevie Welsh and Ian Ferguson, and that's some team.
Oh yes, that's a very good team. That was a very good team. In this league, it was at that time, it was a very good performance.
Yeah, what was it like in that dressing room? Were there any characters who stand out in your mind?
It's a bunch of friends. We were friends, and you know, the character. Andy Walker was the man of the dressing room. And we have a couple more like Andy Millen. They were 30 at that time, so I was only 19, 20. So, but they talked a lot to us, you know, just and they made it was so funny because they were a special person in the dressing room. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the manager, like Gordon Dale at that time? What was he like as a manager?
He was a good manager. He had the word, you know, the proper word for us to, you know, when something went wrong, he had the proper word, you know, to make sure everything came back in our mind. And Ian Munro as well was the head coach who helped us a lot.
Go back to that game again, the 3-0 game. You said you could do anything, it was going right for you. It just felt, it was a really great day. The atmosphere, for me being there, I was behind the nets at that as well. For me, I said this to you earlier, I have this picture in my mind of you suddenly sliding in, reverse torpedo because your feet came in. It looked like the Kilmarnock player was about to hit the ball straight into the net. That gap had opened up. And from somewhere, and I think you can still see it in some TV footage, you slid from left to right. You came out from outside the camera's view and slid right across and played it out. Can you remember moments like that, or is it just gone in a blur?
I don't remember. I don't really remember that part of the game. I remember all the parts, but well, I mean, I'm not surprised what you said because we really won very hard to win that game, really, and we could, you know, I could cut my arm to win that game. I would do it because yes, the motivation to beat, you know, the other team in Ayrshire was, you know, higher than ever.
We were just talking beforehand, and we'd heard someone told us that Andy Walker had said when he scored that goal it was worth it. The famous chipped penalty was worth it just to see the kit man who bled Ayr United, he loved Ayr United, bouncing around the dressing room afterwards. What was your memory of that dressing room afterwards?
It was crazy. It was crazy. Everybody were screaming, jumping, and everybody were hugging, and it was very. We were singing as well. You know, we were in the shower. You know, dressed on the shower in the bathroom. It was a mess, but it was a good one. A very good mess.
My personal memory, it's not obviously that, is standing at the end being crushed by the push of Ayr United fans in the Somerset Road end, and you broke away from the players who had all started to go in, and you just waved at all of us, and I think every single person that area thinks they waved to you personally because it was a whole set of hands waving back at you and clapping and bouncing and jumping. A big moment. Now, there was one other game that sticks in my mind, obviously, is the 1997-98 playoff game where we had to play off against Partick Thistle up at Partick. And if we didn't get a draw, I think it was, if we didn't get a draw, we would be relegated.
We had to win, yes.
And that was some game for those of us who were there.
Same for me.
I said to you earlier, did you sleep that night, the night before?
I did. Badly, but I did. Well, yes, when you play that kind of game, you get your motivation days before. So you think about it all the time and you say, well, no mistake. So you're a little bit under pressure. That's why you don't sleep well. But as soon as you arrive on the pitch and you think about the victory, I mean, after you don't think of anything else.
Must be lucky for you, because as I said to you before, I never slept a wink. It meant so much, and I think other people who were there on that day or were waiting for the result would say they didn't. We were all crammed into the old stand, looking down at you. The noise was incredible, and then we got, I think it was about the 22nd minute, we got that opening goal. Was it Fergie that got that one in?
Yeah,
Ferguson that got that one, yeah.
Ferguson.
Where the Partick players sort of took a free kick at the halfway line, and he walked in, just took the ball and went all the way down the pitch.
Yeah.
Great start.
Great start, because we talk about Gordon DL. He had the word in the dressing room, to make them, to motivate ourselves. And so when we came out in the pitch, we were very concentrated. We focused on the victory, and so that's why the only opportunity to score, we have to take it, and that's what Ian did, and Jaffo after. And and he released us. When we scored the first one, we had we're lighter in our mind, and then we could play. And after the first goal, the same as the Kilmarnock game, everything could happen.
They pulled one back, if I remember rightly, and then it was Lawrence Jaffo that scored. And if you hadn't been around the times when he was in the team, he was sort of an enigma. Some days he was the best player in the world, and some days he was all right. But on that day he turned up, came back across the box, slammed the ball into the top of the net, 2-1 up, and amazing. The sound. What was the sound? It's a thing fans don't maybe realise what they're doing when they're having so much joy and jumping around and singing. How does it affect you in the pitch?
It's a little bit frustrating, because you want to do more, but you have to stay focused on the game. So I want to run everywhere, and I did that a couple of times. And in the dressing room after, Gordon DL said, "Well, you stay on your line. You don't do that anymore," because they were allowed. When you score goals, the other team is allowed to quickly put the ball in the center and kick. If the goal is not in the net, they can score. But I did that a couple of times, and DL said, "No, you stay where you are." So when the players score, you're alone. You stay on your box and you're alone. So you shout inside. That's it.
No, I've got to pull you. I'm going to pull you back on that one. Okay, we'll go back to the 3-0 victory against Kilmarnock. I like saying that, but I was looking at the video of that match the other day there, and I noticed that just after the Andy Lyons goal, you appeared about the halfway line, just over the halfway line, to congratulate him. So I'm not going to take it from you that you learned your lesson about staying with
well, after you don't think of anything else, you go as fast as you can. That's it.
So, any other favourite games at all? I should say at the end we scored in the Partick game. We have to say that final goal as well. Now, who was that got that one? Was it Billy Findlay? Yeah, it was, and smashed the ball into the top of the net.
Yes, and I think it was out of the box. Yes, it was 18 or 20 yard line, and just an amazing kick, and then it's the left corner. Or right corner, unbelievable game.
But as I was saying,
at the end of the game, and I think I ran at that time because it was the end of the game.
It was very, very late on, and I think all of us were still going. There's only 2 goals, 2-1 at this point. Are we going to get to the final line?
Knew, it was two minutes before the end of the game, so we knew that when you scored the third one, we knew. We won the game. It
was hard to watch the footage that remains of that game now, because the same emotions are there just watching. I was saying to you that for any fan who was there that day, we know what an experience. The club had laid on free buses for us all to get there. We'd all been in the pub since I don't know when at the beginning of the day. I don't know whether that was just in case to numb our hearts or something. And then that final goal went in, the world exploded. It was one of the best feelings. And really, on the back of those 2 games, you could have got your hero status. But there's one game you said to me earlier, and I'm really surprised you've said it, that was actually another of your favourites.
It is one of my favorite because the score, it's the game against Carlisle.
No, Airdrie.
Sorry, Airdrie. And we won 6-0, and I was elected man of the match at the end of the game, and because I did some quite good save in the first half, especially.
Yeah, but it's the one you wouldn't think of as a goalkeeper. We would think you would think about all the games when it were really tight and you'd done all the good saves. But I noticed, it was one of mine I was going to bring to you, and you came out with it straight away, but I noticed that Duncan Carmichael, the United historian, in his book Walking Down the Somerset Road, talks about your performance and just the amazing performance that you had in that game. And for me, you brought up there, in the first half, there was a string of incredible saves.
Yeah, we could have been like 5-0 down after 20 minutes, easily. Easily. We had probably the worst start ever, and yeah, I did my job at that time. And after, yeah, we had only 2 opportunities in the first half, and we scored twice. And then we came at the halftime 2-0 up, and everybody, were looking at us in the dressing room, and I could see in some of the players, guys, what's happening here? I mean, we played the worst game ever, and we're winning. And same, and we keep the confidence. And after us, when we came back in the second half, early in the second half, we scored the 3rd goal. And after,
yeah, as I said to you, I think it's been said before that you broke the hearts or really wore them down with your saves in that first half, because they did go for us and you just kept saving them, and suddenly they just, it was as if all their heart was taken from them. I think when that first goal went in from Ayr, all the heart went from them, and after that there was only one winner in that game. Fantastic game as well.
Oh yes,
it's amazing how long ago it is now when you think about it, but it's so fresh in the mind.
Yes,
a great season, that one, as well. The whole season with Ayr versus Kilmarnock, that was a fantastic season. You've talked about how well the club did. Do you think they would have been worthy in another season of getting promotion? Do you think that would have happened in another season if it hadn't been for Hibs, because they were, as you said, miles out in front?
Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of players left after, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, I left, unfortunately.
Okay, you left. Again, one of these things fans want to know: why did you leave?
Oh, I left because nobody proposed me any contract at the end of the season. Before the end of the season, I was out of contract, and I didn't talk with the chairman, Bill Barr at that time, or Gordon Dial, the manager. So I had to leave.
Did you feel that you weren't wanted then, or was it just an oversight, do you think?
When they started talking to me when I was back home, they said, well, we can consider offering you a 6-month contract. And I refused a 6-month contract. I mean, after the two seasons I did, I couldn't accept that. And so when they called me after and they said, well, yeah, okay, for a year, I mean, it was too late because I signed for the French club.
So who did you play for afterwards?
A French club in the French 2nd division called Créteil. It's near Paris. And then after I signed for Beauvais, still in the French 2nd division.
Near the airport?
Yes. And after I stopped my career as a pro, and I came back home, and I signed for, as you say here, a junior team. I was still in the team, but a junior team in Cagnes. And after I finished my career in Menton, near Monaco. So
do you still do anything to do with football at present?
I play now with a team in Nice, but the former Nice professional player. I play with them, and so we just practice once a month because we're getting old, and we play 3 or 4 times a year, but for charity.
And that's it. So what do you actually do? What's your profession?
I own a company. And I do renovation inside and outside. That's the further. And I have 15 person working for me right now. So it's good.
It's been so lovely to speak to you, and it's great to have you back over. Please come back over again.
I will.
And a weekend when we've got a game.
Oh yes.
Lovely to speak to you.
Okay, my pleasure. Bye bye.